again, I'm back again with another video. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like, comment, subscribe. And today I have a very good video for y'all. As I can see by the title, I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to add underglow to any car in Assetto Corsa. Now I'm gonna leave everything in the description down below. I'm gonna leave links to everything, and I'm gonna leave the code for the neon underglow. But this is for coupes or shorter cars. I lost the link to the one for 4-door cars, so if you can find it, you can do it the same way. But anyways, let's get right to it. So if you go copy the code I have down below, it's very easy to do this. It's really simple. But if you're an idiot or you don't have basic knowledge of code and Assetto Corsa and how to use your computer, I wouldn't try this. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a car, and you wanna pick a car that doesn't have it. Now, shout out to Sky Anthrope. I'm using her code from her video simply because the one she made up allows you to keep your headlights plus add the underglow. A lot of them got rid of the headlights and added the underglow, which I didn't like. Now, this is only a single player. You won't be able to use it online. It'll give you handshake or checksum. But let's get straight into it. So it's really simple. You copy this code from my bio, left click, copy. And then you want to come to content manager and you want to pick a car. Like I said, pick a car that doesn't already have underglow. I'm also going to leave some presets in the description down below. These are for cars and it's already made. All you have to do is copy in the files and then put them in the car files the way I'm going to show you. So today for the tutorial, I picked a car everybody would like to see. A Nissan Skyline Too Fast Too Furious, and you're gonna want to left click on the car and go to the folder. So when you open up your folder, you're gonna have this extension file right here. If you don't have this in the car, you want to choose a different one to start out with, or you can just go copy this extension folder from another car and delete everything but the underglow, which means copy and delete all the text but the underglow text. So you would open this extension folder and then you get the extension config, you double click it and it opens as a text document. You want to scroll to the bottom and you want to paste the underglow code into the config and then hit file, save. So that's it. Now once you hit file, save, you want to go see if it works. You want to go load up a practice session. And if you put it at the bottom exactly how I had it and didn't miss anything, it would simply come on just like this. Also, you need to have lighting effects enabled in your content manager for this to work. So the code I left in the description is going to be pink, but I also left another link to a bunch of colors. So it's the code for red, blue, green, everything. You guys don't have to guess. It's the code for all the colors you would need to put in the text files if you want to change it. So now let's get to the text file. Like I said, coming back here to the car, we're going to open up the folder, go to extension, open up the extension config, and you want to keep this open because you can change all these values live while you're in the game. It will not mess anything up. You'll be just fine. So we come back into our practice session. So now you want to open back up that extension config file while you have your game open. And we can change all of these values live in the game. So you have to turn on your headlights because they are bound to the headlights by default. But I'm going to teach you guys what everything means over here. So you want to pick a side of the car and you want to edit that to see what all the values do first. And then you can take those and apply it to the other 3 sides. So we're gonna take the first one, the left, just because that's what side of the car we're on. So I'm gonna teach you guys, this is the meat of this tutorial, a little bit about the values and everything you need to change here. The first thing is bind to headlights 1 right here. If you put this to 0, and then click save after you change anything. And whether the headlights are on or off, you can see that that side of the underglow stays on. So you can bind them to your headlights with 1, or you can leave them always on with 0. This first line up here, this line from, this is the length and the width of all of the underglow plus the brightness. So the first one is the length. Right now we're at 0.74. So if we do a 0.1 and then click save, you can see that it's not long enough to go the full length of the car. Why? Because of the value. So if we put this back to 0.74, click save, it comes back to the link of the car. So you guys can play around with the values. You want to do it one by one. Like I said, don't get lost in this, but this last value over here is the brightness. So right now we're at a negative 1.3. Let's go to a negative 1.9 and then click file, save, and you can see it got way brighter. And also if we go down to a 0.9 and then hit file, save, you can see the light is not that bright. So what you want to do is just simply play around with all these values in here. I just tested everything to see what will work, and I hope you guys can understand this tutorial. It's not easy to explain code to people who have no idea about it, but it shouldn't be that hard to understand. It took me about a good 20 or 30 minutes and I figured out how to put underglow on every car. So now that you can see they're all binded to the headlights and you like them like that, your lights will be pink. You're gonna want to use the file in the description down below and then come to this overtake link, and in this discussion right here, thank you to the guy, the Crush 010, he has linked every colors for underglow. So these are the values that you can replace in your code: red, green, blue, magenta, yellow, cayenne. So for this car, we're gonna copy this whole code right here for cayenne, click copy, and then we come back over here to our code. And it's really simple. This color line right here, you would go like this, highlight it, backspace, and then you would paste in the color of your choosing and then hit file, save. And as you can see, it changes to cayenne. Now it's not that bright, like I said, because of the value on the end. So this 0.15 right here, we're gonna change this to a 0.9, file, save. And you can see it gets way brighter. So this isn't the right color. I'm gonna go find one and I'll be back. So I picked blue. Blue goes more with this car, of course. So I found a great blue color. I copied it and I pasted it into here, and then it wasn't bright enough. So like I said, I changed the ending value for the brightness to the 0.9. None of this has labels on it. So for the underglow, you just want to remember what everything does. The first line is the X and Y axis, so how long, how short, how wide, how thin it was up here. The second line 2, let's take this from a 7.3 and we're gonna do it to a 0.9. Click file, save, and you can see that it bounces way more off the ground, way more off the car. So you really just want to come here and play with these values. I promise you, you will get good results if you follow along to this. We're gonna put this back to 0.73. File, save, and it goes back to regular. So now that you have done that, if you want to get the same color on every side and you know that it's bright enough, you take this color line right here from your file, click copy, and then we're going to come down here to the right side. Where's the color? Backspace and delete it, and then we're going to paste in our color line from our left side, hit file, save, and now that should be blue. And you guys can see it's changing in real time. So I just added neon underglow to my car in real time, and all the colors and everything is in the description. I hope you guys can appreciate this tutorial, and I hope you guys can understand everything. I'm gonna leave some gameplay with the underglow, and I am using my free camera just to look around and get around the car and make sure everything is right. But you can see we have blue lights on all 3 sides now, and the only one we have left to change is the back, which is white, and we're probably gonna make it a little bit brighter too. Shout out to everybody who made the underglow tutorials for Assetto Corsa. Like my tutorials always, I make them simple and I put them together so you guys can do it all in one video. I appreciate you guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe.